What's up guys, K-Plays here. Today we're going to be talking about an interesting hunting horn trick I recently decided to try out. Some of you might already know about it, but if you're like me and didn't give it much thought before, I definitely encourage you to give it a shot. It revolves around the purple, red, and green note set found on Tarath Pipe Sleep and Basil Reed Brookslayer. You get a short and sweet selection of songs with this one. Self-improvement, the always useful attack up extra large, health recovery small, and recovery speed large. That last one is going to be the focus of today's video. Normally after taking damage, you'll be left with the red portion of your health bar. This red health slowly regenerates over time if you don't take another hit, leaving you with a slightly shorter amount of green health than you had before the attack. The recovery speed song, as the name suggests, increases the regeneration rate for 2 to 3 minutes. Usually most people ignore this song because the effect on its own isn't really helpful, but with the right setup that can change. That brings us to our strategy. See, there are more ways than just the song to increase your recovery speed. The immunizer item doubles your recovery for 5 minutes after you take it, and the recovery skill gives a larger passive boost for every point in your set, with the maxed out skill quadrupling your healing rate. When we stack all of these at once, things start to get interesting. With all three active, your regeneration rate skyrockets to the point where you can get hit and have a fully green health bar by the end of your knockback animation. Having more health when you get up than you did when you went down is a really useful tool. It essentially cuts all incoming damage in half, and you can then use your health augmented attacks and the small boost from your healing song to get back the other half. This constant healing cycle makes you much more durable and leaves you free to be much more aggressive as well. Monsters will have a pretty hard time trying to put a sizable dent in you before you just refill it, which is a nice bit of utility anyone from the still learning new player to the hardcore speedrunner can appreciate. The only way you won't see at least some use out of this gimmick is if you never take any damage at all, but getting hit can happen to even the best of us. With that explanation out of the way, let's talk armor sets that complement this strategy. The main thing you're going to want to use is the Valhazak Gamma Waist for the 2 points in recovery speed and the extra slots to max it out and fill in the rest of your skills. An armor setup revolving around just one piece of gear leaves us with a lot of flexibility, but since the super healing takes care of your defensive utility, the ones I'll be suggesting will be geared more towards offense. It works rather nicely as an alternative to usual meta setups, because you barely lose any power in comparison. As an added bonus, the peak performance boost is a lot easier to maintain in situations where it might have been a little harder to work with. If you do need some added durability, you can always swap in skills such as health boost, divine protection, or recovery up for some overkill survival. But just popping an immunizer and playing a recovery song alone with this set should be more than enough to take on even the likes of Arch-Tempered Elders, so you may find out that you might not even need that extra help. Now before we wrap up, there are a few catches I need to mention. For one, teammates online won't get the full benefits unless you're also under the effects of all three recovery boosts. This is one hunting horn ability that will usually be more for your own benefit than everyone else's. The ability itself also has a few flaws. Additional attack effects like Fire Blight and Poison, constant environmental damage, and passive damage auras will turn off your supercharged healing. Pack those cool drinks, avoid monster abilities that slowly burn away your health, and get rid of status effects ASAP to turn it back on. Lastly, while it is super hard to cart in this setup, it is still possible. Reduced damage is still damage, that can add up if you don't give yourself a chance to recover between hits. Be especially careful against aggressive monsters that can smack you multiple times back to back, because they can chip away at you just barely faster than even your superhuman healing factor can keep up with sometimes. That's pretty much all there is to it though. It's a simple 3-part strategy, but in practice it can be a lot more useful than you think. I'm going to be looking for some more niche but useful hunting horn tips and tricks to share with you guys in the future, so stay tuned for some more quick info videos like this. If there are any more you use yourself also, feel free to share them with me too so I can try them out myself and spread the word. Till next time though, this has been K-Plays and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day.